pre-selection, you arriving or you being around other attractive girls. Not everybody has access to 100 chick harem in a desert island. What can guys do to get that pre-selection going?
Okay, so pre-selection is basically like women believing that other hot women want to sleep with you. So, jealousy would be them being jealous of other women and seeing it. Pre-selection is kind of like, I don't know, if a girl sees that you have 4 million Instagram followers, she's just going to assume that girls want to fuck you, right? Because you have a level of fame, whatever. And so I think pre-selection, and then there's visual forms of it. Like I would show up at the club with 2 or 3 girls that were sitting on my lap that I had hooked up with, that were trying to kiss me, all this stuff. And then women would just come up. I could literally just do a come here and go fuck a girl in the bathroom without even talking to her sometimes, because the pre-selection was so strong. So it's not something that I would say every guy's got. I'm just saying you should understand all the different attraction triggers. And there's ways to trigger stuff too. Let's say on an Instagram story, you just took a picture of your beer glass and a martini glass next to it. And that was it. And that was your story. Now girls would be like, who's he with? Who's that girl? Or maybe there was just you saw a nail, or a ring or something, in the photo. It's you could trigger jealousy and you could trigger pre-selection without being in your face of it.
So
I said, I'm not telling people to do the shit that I did. You don't have to be there with 30 girls and all this stuff. I obviously went to a circus level extreme, but mine was more solving for fame, and it was abundance, and it was a lifestyle, and then it was a brand, and it was a whole thing. So what I did had a reason behind it. And also that was part of my life. I just wanted to live this crazy life, and I was documenting it, and it was a bucket list thing. But I don't think I optimized for getting laid. I had tons of girls, but I would not say my Instagram optimized for getting laid. And it's certainly not for the highest quality of girls either. Super hot, yes, but not the best quality. I almost filtered that out almost. And so I wouldn't recommend that.
What was some of the more surprising realizations or reflections or attraction trigger insights that you had when going through this? What were the things that you go, oh, actually, I didn't realize that, and I didn't realize that, and I didn't realize that?
The biggest one was just how powerful the difference was between, pursuing and being pursued. That was probably the most when I really broke it down, because I realized on the one side, it's when you're chasing, your flaws are magnified, but I didn't realize that also the opposite effect was true. When a girl's chasing you, her flaws are magnified and your flaws disappear. And the exponential effect of switching that.
Does that mean that guys, if they do become a little bit more successful, they make themselves the pursued as opposed to the pursuer, that they kind of need to reframe a little, well, I'm fixating on weird, she's got a wrinkly elbow, shut the fuck up. Why? That doesn't need to be that.
No, it's more just the sense of being more discerning, being picky with who you want to be with, not just
revolutionary,
not just accepting a girl's looks. That's a big thing. There's a big mistake that guys make. I see so many guys that are just with a girl because she's hot. And it's dude, you're worth $100 million. You're a smart guy. You're successful. And you're dating a little hooker because she's pretty. And I think guys need to get out of that mindset and start digging deeper and start making girls prove themselves, making the girls compete, being the wife or a girlfriend of a guy that's worth hundreds of millions of dollars and that's smart and successful, that's a prize.
That's great for the people that are $100 million.
Yeah, that's just,
the dude that,
that's an extreme example.
Yeah, earns normal money.
Yeah. So for the normal guys, it's the same concepts, right? And honestly, most of the girls that are dating those guys are cheating on those guys with the normal guys. They're the pool guy. They're the poor guy. A lot of times they're cheating with those other guys. And so you don't have to have the money, the status. I'm just saying that's one where there's a big disparity, and they're not taking advantage of the fact that they could have a better relationship with the girl if they just framed it differently and treated the girl a little bit differently and didn't over chase. Because when you're chasing something, it can't chase you back. That's another key point too, is the moment you start pursuing, they can't pursue you. So I've had women that were literally chasing after me. And the moment I showed them too much interest, it oh shit,
killed the attraction.
Well, I can have them now, it's real, shit. Now I have the question, do I want to fuck Dan Bilzerian? He wants to fuck me, maybe that's enough. And I think with a lot of girls, that just alone can be enough.
The validation. I wonder as well how many girls you're kind of selecting for that are psychologically unhealthy, for whom that is such an immediate turnoff.
Well, like psychology transcends all of this stuff. It's true whether you're damaged, whether you're 100% put together. Like humans just respond. Like like every human responds to an auction. Like when you're buying something, you want to like every house that you buy, you want to have an inspection. Like we're just wired the same way. Like as much as we want to think that we're like very different, like humans are herd animals. I mean, you saw that during COVID. You've seen that numerous times with how much the media can sway. So like we are herd animals, and people react. Psychology is psychology. So, like a super smart girl is still not immune to intermittent positive reinforcement. Like there are certain principles that are going to apply regardless.